y'all, Jamie here from Country Diggers. First, I'd like to thank all y'all who've subscribed to our channel and supported us through this. Yesterday we hit 1,000. All right, and we will have our giveaway soon. I gotta get together with Tara and we gotta figure out a day to do it. So, but we will have it soon. And today's video is going to be strange history again, and it's going to be about some farts in history. I fart in your general direction. In 568 BC, King Amos of Egypt sent a trusted general named Amos to put down a mutiny among his troops. But when Amos got there, the troops offered to make him their leader instead, and he accepted. King Amos couldn't believe it. He sent a respected advisor named PowerDirector to bring Amos back. Amos responded to the king's entreaties by raising himself from his saddle and farting. Then he told PowerDirector to carry that back to Amos. The king was so enraged by the message that he had PowerDirector's nose and ears hacked off. Committing such a barbarous act against such a respectable man was the last straw for many Egyptians. They turned pro-Amos. With their support, Amos's troops attacked and defeated Amos' army. Amos became King Amos and reigned for 44 years from 569 to 525 BC, which modern historians call one of Egypt's most prosperous periods. Okay. All right. Stinking thinking. Sure, it's one thing to know what history looked like, but to really get a feel for how life was in ancient times, it's important to know what history smelled like too. That was the thinking behind a foul museum exhibit in England. Held at the Diva Museum in Chester in 2013, the exhibit was called The Roman Experience. Visitors could stroll through the streets constructed to look as they did during Roman times. Hoping to provide an authentic experience, the staff wanted to add an authentic odor to the Roman latrines. They found one called Flagellants from Del Air, a company that designs aromas for museums. Unfortunately, Flagellants proved a bit too authentic, causing several school children to vomit. Museum supervisor Christine Turner apologized. It really was disgusting. Del Air director Frank Knight added, "We feel sorry for the kids, but it is nice to see that the smell is so realistic." Okay. Then we got, let's see. We got the fartsy artsy right here. The fartsy artsy. Joseph Pujol, 1857 to 1947, could control the pitch and timbre of his farts to create beautiful melodies and imitate people and animals, known as La Petomane, the fartsy, okay, aka the elastic anus. Ugh. Pujol was one of the most popular acts in Paris. Here's a review of one of his shows at the Moulin Rouge. He took the stage in a costume of a red coat, a red silk collar, and black satin breeches. He began by explaining each impersonation that was to follow. This is a little girl, Poot. Okay, this is a bride on her wedding night, another Poot. The morning after, loud rasping noise. A dressmaker tearing calico, 10 seconds of ripping cloth. And this, a cannon, loud thunder. The audience were at first astonished. Then there would be an uncontrollable laugh, followed by more until the whole audience was wiggling in their seats, convulsed. Women bound rigid in corsets were escorted from the hall by nurses, cleverly placed by the manager so that they could be seen in their bright white uniforms. Okay. Next is the Mozart fart. The Urban Dictionary describes a Mozart fart thusly: to cut the cheese in a particularly tuneful way. It turns out that Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, 1756 to 1791, would have been very proud of that honor. Why? Because the famous Austrian composer appreciated farts so much that he wrote poems about the best ones he encountered. He decomposed this masterpiece in a letter to his mother. Yesterday, though, we heard the king of farts. It smelled as sweet as honey tarts. While it wasn't in the strongest of voice, it still came on as a powerful noise. Okay. Oh, me. Okay, next we have Go as the Romans Go. Go as the Romans go. For ancient Romans, going to the bathroom was a social occasion, and they brought their customs to the far corners of their empire. In North Africa, for example, a large privy dating from the Roman era had 25 seats arranged around 3 sides of a room. There was no privacy, only a carved dolphin separated each seat. Public urinals were a source of income for Emperor Vespasian, who had the urine collected. The aroma in it was used to make fabric dyes. Romans developed the art of plumbing and built their sewer system to last. The Colic Maxima, Big Sewer, which connected the Forum to the Tiber River, is still in use today, 2,500 years later. After they built things to last too, the Romans, okay? After using the public latrines, a citizen of Rome looked for the bucket, which held salt water and a large stick with a sponge attached to the end. The user wiped his posterior with the sponge and then returned it to the water bucket for the next patron to use. Ugh. Careless use of this device is said to be the origin of the expression getting the wrong end of the stick. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, now we got Died on the John. Okay? The Wizard of Oz actress, Judy Garland, had a fight with her fifth husband, Mickey Deans, in 1969. The next morning, she was found dead of a barbiturate overdose. According to one obituary, she was perched like a little bird on her toilet. Oh my goodness. In 1016, 27-year-old King Edmund II of England was murdered in the bathroom. An assassin hid behind the toilet, and as Edmund sat, the murderer stepped out and quickly shoved his sword twice into the king's bowels. Ugh. Claude Francois was a French singer, businessman who made a fortune translating English language hits into French, including Beatles songs and early Michael Jackson. Ironically, one of his few original songs, Comme de Habit something, means as usual, was written into English by Paul Anka and recorded by Frank Sinatra as My Way. One day in 1978, the 39-year-old was showering in his Paris apartment when he noticed an electric light had burned out above the shower. He probably should have turned off the shower and dried himself before trying to change the bulb. Wow. Okay, perhaps the most famous death by toilet is Elvis Presley's. A combination of weight gain and too many prescription drugs gave the 42-year-old singer a heart attack while he was taking care of business. At the time, he was reading a book titled The Scientific Search for the Face of Jesus. Okay. And then we got, let's see, the last one. We have the 5 freaky facts about royal flushers. King James I of England, 1566 to 1625. He was also the King of Scotland at the same time. Loved hunting so much that he wouldn't leave the saddle, even to use the bathroom. Oh, man. Okay. In 1606, Henry IV, I think that is, IV, of France, passed a law forbidding anyone to urinate or defecate in the corners of his palace in Paris. That same day, his son, the Dauphin, Louis X111, 10, 11, 12, 13, I guess, was caught peeing against the wall of his bedroom. Oh, me. King Louis the XIV, that's 10, 11, 5. 15, maybe? I don't know. I don't know these Roman numbers. Anyway, King Louis of France, 1638 to 1715, often greeted guests while seated on the throne. Okay. Dethroned in 1760, King George II fell to his death from a toilet seat. Elvis, the King, Presley, proposed to Ginger Adele while he was sitting on the toilet. Ginger Aldine while he was sitting on the toilet. He also died while he was on the toilet too. But hope y'all enjoyed that. I do bathroom humor all the time, okay? Bathroom humor is fun humor. Really, it is. All right, thank y'all for listening and watching, and see you back soon. Bye.